once these guys are gone. Okay, great. Okay, lovely. Hitting the like button. Hi, everyone. Welcome on board. The IIFT gang is here today. Today, we're going to talk about how to crack CAT 2025, and they are your seniors from CATKing family to coming here to motivate you guys कि इनकी जर्नी कैसी रही. और सीनियर साहब भी आए हैं. हिमांशु तो भी इंटर्नशिप कर रहा है. यार हिमांशु, ये सुनते हैं इंटर्नशिप में 50,000 पर मंथ मिलता है, 1 लाख मिलता है पर. ये सच है, झूठ मूठ है, क्या सीन है?
Hi, Sumit sir. Yes, such है. So we get even higher than that. Yeah.
Higher than that. Highest कितना होगा अगर बताना अलाउड है तो?
Not allowed. Sorry.
बढ़िया बढ़िया, इनको हमने बाकी चीजें बता दी है. हाउ इज फर्स्ट ईयर लाइफ यार? मजा आ गया? दे आर गोनो ये तो ऑल दिस रट क्रैक करके अंदर जाने वाले. और कुछ लोग अभी देखो 3 जनरेशन है, तुम लोगों को अभी कैट 25 जनता कैट देना है, फिर यू गो थ्रू ऑल दीस डिस्कशन ऑफ जीडीपीआई, देन कंफ्यूजन, ये कॉलेज जाएं वो कॉलेज जाएं. और ये तो अंदर घुसने वाले बाकी यहाँ पे 5 लोग इंक्लूडिंग नकुल, अरिन एंड ऋतिका एंड राजा. हिमांशु, वर्थ ऑल दिस रिगर ऑफ कैट वैट?
It was worth it, sir. Actually, it has got 3 phases, right? CAT देना, फिर CAT से कॉलेज क्रैक करना, फिर कॉलेज क्रैक करके टिल माई जर्नी इंटर्नशिप क्रैक करना एंड फिर इंटर्नशिप में आना. ये तीनों बहुत डिफरेंट है फ्रॉम ईच अदर एंड तीनों बहुत पर्सनालिटी बिल्डअप करते हैं. उससे CAT तुम्हारा दिमाग तेज करेगा, GDPI तुम्हारा पेशेंस लेवल टेस्ट कर देगा, एंड देन इंटर्नशिप ऑल टुगेदर यू गेट फ्रेंड्स टू रोम अराउंड, यू गेट फ्रेंड्स टू हैंग आउट. तो वो एक ऑल टुगेदर कॉलेज लाइफ डिफरेंट है. सो ऑल 3 phases have got their own pros and cons. I would say enjoy all the 3 generations जो भी आपने कहा.
क्या बात है, क्या बात. So amazing. Boys and girls who've joined in right now, Deep Chawla, Shivam, do it on the like button for sure. Himanshu, just give us one line यार. क्या मोटिवेट किया तेरे को? टॉक अबाउट योर स्टोरी. यू हैव क्रैक्ड इट, यू आर सिटिंग इनसाइड फर्स्ट ईयर, तेरा खत्म हो चुका है और लोग अभी वो इन लोग. अच्छा बाय द वे, मॉक वॉक इन लोगों ने अभी देने शुरू नहीं किया, एक दो दे रहे हैं. तो यू कैन टॉक अपनी जर्नी बताना कि वाज इट अनएक्सपेक्टेड, क्या सही गया तेरे बारे में, वो बता यार.
Sure. So I'll take 1 minute for myself. So I would say I had started my preparation in September 23. So 23rd September 2023 I had started my preparation. 2 महीने थे मेरे पास. Roughly 65 days थे मेरे पास. 65 days, 80 mocks I had given. So I would say कि जो भी mocks देना start नहीं करा है, mocks देना start कर दो. CAT is all about accuracy and speed, which you'll get after giving mocks. So my first mock was CATKing का mock and I had got 75 marks in my first mock, which was very good for my first mock without preparation. So ये रहा CAT का. Then IIFT was my best call also. And the last shortlist that I had got was IIFT on 9th of July in the last list. Because my percentile was not very high. It was 95.12. तो होप्स मेरे बिल्कुल नहीं थे. I had a sheet जहाँ पे मैंने टॉप कॉलेजेस का नाम लिख रखा था. उसमें IIFT दिल्ली, आई डोंट नो हाउ अनकॉन्शियसली मैंने स्टार मार्क करके रखा था नवंबर कैट देने के पहले. सारे कॉलेजेस के आगे नंबर्स थे, IIFT के आगे स्टार मार्क था दिल्ली के साथ, पता नहीं क्यों. एंड आई फाइनली लैंडेड इन IIFT दिल्ली. So I would say कि manifestation and being confident is also very important in this journey, wherever you are. तो IIFT मेरा last shortlist था. Then we get into the college. 2-3 महीने का हाई रेगर होता है, कोई टाइम नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हें. पर्सनल टाइम तो भूल ही जाना है. इवन इफ यू वांट टू तो भी नहीं मिलेगा. अब तुम एकदम से दुनियादारी छोड़ चुके हो अगर कॉलेज में घुसने के बाद, तो अलग बात है. बट योर दुनियादारी इज गोइंग टू बी in 2 processes. That's your दुनियादारी for the 3 months. Once you get placed, once you get out of the process, your life is chill, you are good to go, जो करना है करो. So this is the journey of the last 1.5 years.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Himanshu, for joining in. Yaar, I'll get on the call with you. My number drop kar dego and we'll be in touch. Thank you so much for joining in,
Sure.
man. Keep getting
Okay.
in.
चलो.
Okay, great. Thank you once
Bye,
again.
sir. Yeah.
राजा, ऋतिका, अरिन भाई स्टोरी बताओ अपनी फटाफट. 1 मिनट टू फेम. रैश रिचेस स्टोरी बताओ, किसी का तो कुछ बुरा हुआ तो वो भी बताना, बहुत मजा आएगा. ऋतिका, आई एम गोना स्टार्ट विद यू. यू आर एन एयरफोर्स किड. ये काफी क्रेजी लोग हैं यहाँ पे. हाँ, ये एक एयरफोर्स किड है. नकुल स्टैटिस्टिशियन है. तन्मय लेट ज्वाइन किया. तन्मय तेरा तूने प्रोफाइल नहीं बताया अपना. एंड अरिन तो मैं इसको जानता हूँ, अरिन अभी दुबई से ज्वाइन कर रहा है. एंड राजा निफ्ट का ग्रेजुएट है और ये म्यूजियम बनाता है. ये सब क्रेजी वियर्ड लोग जाते हैं. आई ऑलवेज टेल MBA is all about peer learning. Yeah, it's all about peer. Imagine there's a NIFT graduate, there's Arin तो इंजीनियर है ना?
Yes, sir.
Arin Amazon, right?
हाँ, Amazon.
बहुत बढ़िया. एक Amazon में काम करने वाला है, तो एक एयरफोर्स का किड है, ना कुछ स्टैटिस्टिशियन है. तन्मय तू क्या है भाई? क्रेजी स्टफ क्या करता है भाई तू? इंजीनियर?
IIFT इंजीनियर, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर. मैं इधर IDFC में काम करता था. IDFC फर्स्ट में.
अच्छा, तेरे नाम के आगे मिट गया ना. हाँ, IDFC. गुड. तूने अपना पूरा चेंज क्यों कर लिया है? पहले इतना अच्छा दिख रहा था.
मेरा फोन स्विच ऑफ हो गया था, इसलिए मैं दूसरे रूम में आ गया.
चलिए बढ़िया. ऋतिका, गो अहेड यार. टॉक अबाउट बीइंग अ बीकॉम पीपल. यू आर अ रोल मॉडल फॉर एवरीवन. बोल यार.
Being a BCom, it's not actually that easy. People assume that because you are from that background, because then they really grill you about your academics. because in BCom is a very broad subject. You cover so many topics, and they really grill you into a very specific thing, which can catch you off guard. Another thing that caught me off guard was since I'm an Air Force kid, I moved across a lot of places. I was born in Suratgarh in Rajasthan, and I left when I was 6 months old. And they came up with some question about Suratgarh, and I was just sitting there blankly as if how am I supposed to know that? Because I've lived in so many cities, for me to know such information about every single city was a little difficult for me. So I think you definitely get caught off guard in those PIs about some questions that you didn't see coming. But I think it's all about understanding that you can't know everything. That's an obvious thing. You can't know everything, and the bigger the pool is, the harder it is to know everything. So it's just give your best attempt at whatever you do know, and just be honest about it. I think the worst thing you can do is fake it. You should never fake it. You should never make up stuff that, oh, this is the case, because most probably they know the reality. It's a very, very high chance they know what the real thing is, and they can see it on your face, and it just makes you look bad if you try to fake it. So just give your best, do try to attempt it on, but at the same time admit that you don't know it, and this is your attempt, and then you will look it up, and then you'll go ahead.
Awesome. This is about the GDPI ज्ञान. अभी बहुत दूर
Yeah.
हैं लोग GDPI से. अगली बार अभी बहुत GDPI तुम्हें बुलाऊंगा मैं अगले साल. तुम ही आने
I
वाले
think
हो.
because I'm current, I think that's what comes out first, because that's the current horror story in my head.
Yeah. Everybody talks about GDPI, and the only thing back they can go is till mocks. They don't go to those books, making those notes, etc. But yeah, any tip about CAT preparation? 96 percentile overall. One section which you killed it.
So I think DLR was where I scored the best, and that was because it's always been my strongest. Logical reasoning has always been my strongest. There was no negative marking in my DLR. That was a completely like I had no negative marking in DLR, so that was my strongest. So that I went in with that. But also, but the scary thing about that being my strongest topic is that's the one section that they throw you a curve at you. It can come in any way. I know that 23 mocks DLR was the worst. If you cleared one question, that's a huge thing. So that's but I think that is where you can polish yourself the most DLR and Quant. VARC, there's always some subjectivity in topics there. Even if you think you know the answer, there's always a chance that it isn't, because there is subjectivity, and so that's always a hard thing to go. But yeah, I think just speeding up your reading skills is the best way to go for VRC. The rest, it's mocks, and even then there's subjectivity. But the best way is just speeding up your skills. I would suggest go for DLR and Con, because that is where you can really aim for accuracy.
Super.
Second thing is don't
Yeah,
delay.
I'll come back to you. सारा सेशन आज तेरा ही चलेगा. हाँ, रुक जा. आ रहे हैं. Okay, Raja, your 1 minute to fame. Go ahead, man. Motivate कर भाई. और भाई का वेट लिस्ट भी चल रहा है, पर hopefully fingers crossed. भाई all the best करो YouTube family इसको, और पक्का कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. I'm sure. हाँ भाई.
Sir. CAT, I guess, is an exam of strategy and decision making and knowing your strength. I knew that my work-life balance is not that good exactly around the exam period. I have tight schedule. I just made sure I give 30 marks. I gave around 30 marks and 15 sectional tests each. And I know that the only thing which I can do in math is DALR. Because algebra, I tried preparing. I couldn't match it with my work schedule. And I knew that English has been the strength, and LRDI, I have fought it out. LRDI, I started with 2 questions in a session, in a set, then one set, and during CAT, I did 2.5 sets. So around 96% on that thing. So it's writing mocks, knowing your strength, trying a different order. Maybe try VA first, then RC first, then VA. I've just made it on trial and error. I didn't have time to prepare, to be honest. And it worked out.
It worked out. Awesome. Arin, go ahead. Arin के बहुत कन्वर्ट हो रहे हैं. इसका MD गुड़गांव इतना गंदा इंटरव्यू था, वो भी कन्वर्ट कर दिया. SPJain भी कन्वर्ट है. Arin, ज्ञान दे पहले कैट का यार. कन्वर्जन तो तू करवाएगा अगले साल, तेरे को बुलाएंगे. Go ahead.
Sure, sir. So, as sir previously mentioned, I'm an engineer, and a couple of folks, majority janta in CAT are engineer. My honest recommendation to every engineer is that don't be emotionally attached to the questions. We do understand तुम लोगों ने integration differentiation पढ़ा, you have studied to a very great extent and depth the mathematics that there is. But don't be emotionally connected to the CAT question कि I have prepared for 1 year, 2 year, मैं तो question solve करूंगा. Be objective while you're solving a mock or the final paper itself. You just need to get 10 to 12 questions correct, that is more than sufficient to like get you around 99 in quant. And similar advice I would give you for LRDI as well. Stick to a set, but be objective. You should know when you should leave it and move on. So don't be emotionally involved in the paper. For VARC, I scored 93, though I won't give much GAN there. As one of the previously mentioned by one of the folks on the meeting, just keep on reading. Try to increase your reading speed. That would help you in RCs. And of course, there is subjectivity to every question that there is in VARC. So but for quant and LRDI, be objective, don't be emotionally connected, and be humble. And sir, एक चीज that I have found relatable after giving a lot of interviews for the college is that even while preparing for CAT, maybe you won't realize it at that point. But when you're giving interviews, you'll meet a lot of people who have very great experience and who have great profiles, and that is quite humbling. And I feel that even as a CAT aspirant, you should understand that these all people are sitting for the CAT exam only. So you should be aware about the competition and be objective how you're going to like attend the paper and the mock. So that's from my end.
That's it. The more you grow up the ladder, the more you're doing good in life, more humble you're going to become. Because every time you see more greater and greater profiles, amazing people as you grow up, वो तुम्हें दिखेगा. And then you feel shit यार, ये तो यार चलता फिरता encyclopedia. Oh, he's a finance geek, he's a finance god. वो तो होने ही वाला है यार. Superb, thanks. Tanmay, go ahead. Your 1 minute to fame. Go ahead, फटाफट.
Yeah, so
और भाई मेरा चैनल मोटिवेट किया कि नहीं, थोड़ी तारीफ भी कर दो यार. अभी अकेला रहने वाला हूं मैं येलो के साथ बैठ के भाई. So I want to listen to all of you guys. हाँ भाई, Tanmay, go ahead.
so this is my third attempt, and first attempt I had given when I was in my college in my final year, and I was already placed at IDFC First Bank. I was like, चलो देख के जब बाद में जाके MBA करना ही है, एग्जाम दे के देखते हैं कैसे हुआ. And somehow I gave it in a very chill manner. I got a good score. उस साल कैप कन्वर्ट कर लिया था, बट डिसाइड किया कि चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस आ गया, अच्छी बात है. अगली बार गया, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट था, बट बहुत स्ट्रेस था कि यार इस बार फोड़ना ही है. पिछले बार इतना अच्छा है, बिना पढ़े इस बार तो पढ़ लिया है, तो कुछ तो करते हैं. और फिर जाके फ्लॉप 60%.
Oh God.
तो next year was complete disaster. उसके बाद I was broken. Then I somehow gathered myself and किया, पढ़ाई किया, and the only thing I figured out within that 3 years was that stay calm and trust your gut. If you think too much, you might just mess up at the very wrong moment, even if you know the right answer. So trust your gut and do the paper as it comes. Don't stress too much about it.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
you were there as a motivation. It was really amazing. आपके late night live videos and especially your papers, like your the ones which you predict the questions in.
Yeah.
They used to be spot on. All the 3 years there were many questions that you have told that will come, and it came.
Cheers, man. Last year was ज़्यादा on point. Last year I
Last year was ज़्यादा on point.
Last year.
About the games and this thing you had
Games and tournaments
predicted.
and mean median mode. That was
Mean
like
median mode.
हर सेट में बोल के थक गया मैं. पढ़ लो. इस बार मैं ट्रेडिशनल डीएलआर बोला था. That was also on point. Great, man. Thank you so much. Nakul ji, go ahead, man. Nakul is an amazing guy. I know him personally. Nakul, your story to fame. फटाफट, last 1 minute.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, this was my third attempt. So firstly, I would like to quote that it is not about just having the यार मतलब कुछ करना है. It's about the having a clear defined goal. So for me, in first attempt, I had 98, then I had 99.27, and again I had 99 this year. So I was pretty clear about getting into one of the tier 1 colleges, and it's not only being just about mad about getting into one of the best colleges, but it is like having your backup plans ready. So after my graduation, I did a postgraduate diploma, then I joined a job and I was working there. So it's more of like having a pretty clear path for you so that you can have your dreams achieved. Secondly, I would like to break the myth that a person from BCom background cannot crack quants. So I had 99.9 in CAT as well as in ZAT quants. So there is nothing like such. Like it's more of a myth, and like people just keep blaming their background and everything. It's not like that. And lastly, it's about more of preparation. Like for me, when it comes to DL and Quant, it was not about having those formulas on paper. It was more of having logic and the holding back your notes during the examination. So I would say just be sincere with your preparation, be consistent, follow sir for VARC definitely, and again do give the CATKing marks. Like I gave around 20 to 25 marks from CATKing last year, and I think the most similar to my CAT 2025 core paper was the CATKing marks. So I think this was what definitely helped me a lot in my preparation. So yeah, just be calm, composed, and give your best, and that's what you can do right now.
ऑसम ऑसम ऑसम। ये नकुल भाई, तेरा कोई दोस्त केविन आया हुआ है चैट के अंदर, अलग ही वो चैट तेरा दोस्त तेरे को पिंग कर रहा है। गुड यार, गुड। सो अब ये 22 है, इतने लाइफ के अंदर 3 बार कैट भी दे दिया, और 22 साल की उम्र में नौकरी भी कर ली है, उदास हो गए खुश भी हो गए, नौकरी भी, जो बहुत बढ़िया यार। तो इट्स ऑलवेज गुड टू स्टार्ट अर्ली। All right, boys and girls on the YouTube family, do it to the like button for sure, and you guys are really amazing and keep working hard. All the Cat King YouTube family, इसको manifest करो थोड़ा यार। And Arin, Raja, now you're on this side of the table, yeah. Everybody, yeah, you guys have done it. I'm so proud of you. I'm glad Hrithika को मैंने चुप करा दिया। ऋतिका, मेरा चैनल मैंने फॉलो किया था और डैशबोर्ड वगैरह was helpful in your journey। हाँ भाई, unmute.
Definitely very. I did join the journey a bit later, but yeah, definitely very helpful. Especially you have been following your channel for so long. You're the first place to get any information that is needed.
Yes, well, I'm so proud of राजा। तेरे को कुछ हेल्प हुआ कि नहीं?
Only thing I wanted to listen was you hyper motivating people, and it really worked out.
हाइपर मोटिवेशन चाहिए लाइफ के अंदर यार। मैं तो
Yes,
इसलिए करता हूँ कि मुझे करने वाला नहीं था मोटिवेट, के साला तुम कर सकते हो, साला तुम कर सकते हो। You know, Arin,
that
when
was
converted,
really
we had a
really
1
helpful.
hour. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Arin had a we had a 1 hour call. I was in Punjab at that time. Arin, हाँ भाई, तारीफ कर थोड़ी सी भाई।
So, like, when I talk to you personally, so honestly, I enrolled into some different coaching, not in CATKing,
Yeah.
but I did my GDPI preparation with CATKing, and I can wholeheartedly endorse you for that because there is a direct access to the faculties that are there in CATKing and even Sumit sir himself, which is a very, very huge thing. So it makes a lot of difference because you know, कि यार, there is someone who's going to handhold you and going to look after you throughout your journey. So, like, even after having 20 years of age, 24 years of age, this personal touch matters, and you might not find it everywhere else. So, thanks a lot for that, sir. And I was working in Amazon core operations, and I converted SPJain and MDIFT even with the operation interview itself. But that operation dossier and the dockets that were there on the GDPR dashboard, they consisted of information that even I, after having 2 years of work experience, didn't know about the core operations. So that helped me a lot during my interviews. So I would highly recommend anyone who's preparing for interview later on to go through it. Thank you so much, sir, for that.
Anytime, Arin. God bless, man. Keep the CATKing flag high, guys. Where we go, all your dockets access we have extended till the September month. They'll be very helpful in the summer internship. I'm not going to name that. One of the top business schools of Bombay has used those same documents for 5 years for the placement process. Okay, in that good business school, it's not SPJ if you're guessing that it's my school. It's a good business school, but Goldman Sachs is also coming on campus. So amazing, guys. Thank you so much, boys and girls. Do it to the like button for sure. All the YouTube family signing off at 12:26. तुम लोग रुको, हाँ, नो YouTube को बाय बाय करता हूँ मैं, और पढ़ते रहो। अगले साल इसके अंदर बैठना, मैनिफेस्ट करना फॉर श्योर। और जिसको मैं रिप्लाई नहीं कर पाया, नीचे कमेंट करके जाना। You gonna be the next Arin. You gonna be the next Harshita. You gonna be the next Nakul. Thank you so much. Keep killing, guys. All the best. Bye bye.